I arrived in Kenya days before the August 22 general elections. What I witnessed was nothing short of remarkable. Kenya held what many analysts and commentators say was the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Kenyan history.
I want to tell a rogue ambassador, leave Kenyans alone. Tell the rogue ambassador, Kenya is not United States. Kenya is not a colony of the United States.
Yes, a few days back, the USA ambassador in Kenya, Whitman, came out and tendered in his resignation as the American ambassador in Kenya. We all know that there was change of guard in Kenya where Donald Trump was able to succeed Joe Biden as president. And so far, I've done a video showing you how Donald Trump may influence RUTO to be a one-time president in Kenya. It's the reason as why among the very many ambassadors across Africa, it was the US ambassador in Kenya who first tendered in the resignation. We all know Whitman was sympathetic to Ruto's regime. In fact, on that day when I think they had some meeting, Whitman got confrontation from Raila Amolo Odinga for saying that election was free and fair, which I think by the way it was free. It was not free, but Ruto was able to win. In fact, I keep on telling people that the difference of 200,000 votes, it would have even been more bigger because Raila Amolo Odinga had the state which stole Ruto's votes. He would have gotten even more. Okay. So, Whitman resigning, it has a political undertone to Kenya. And in this video, I've come to point out the political undertones of Kenya. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. So, Whitman was ambassador of United States in Kenya. When Donald Trump won an election, he decided to resign from this position. Normally, the Western world, especially the Western democracy, resigning is a normal thing. It's not normally seen in our African setting. But this thing has an effect on the Kenyan jurisprudence. Because a country like America, which has the biggest global reach, which has the biggest economy, which has the biggest influence on every country, having an ambassador resigning for your country, it spells something political. First of all, Whitman was sympathetic to Ruto. It's the reason as to why even Ruto was supporting Kamala Harris. Even the photos are there when he was supporting Kamala Harris. So I would expect that when Donald Trump comes in power, he may not have a good rapport with Ruto. And these people have a lot of influence. Okay? There is a day to show you that Whitman was sympathetic to Ruto. Many of the times, the only country that can influence the country's politics is America. They can make political statements even within from your country. There's a day Whitman came out to say that the election was free and fair. By that time, Raila Amolo Odinga was holding rallies, protestation, agitating that the elections was not free and fair. And Whitman said these statements.
I arrived in Kenya days before the August 22 general elections. What I witnessed was nothing short of remarkable. Kenya held what many analysts and commentators say was the freest, fairest, and most credible election in Kenyan history. The elections were observed by international and local election organizations, and the results were upheld by the Kenyan Supreme Court, and power was transferred orderly and peacefully at the time.
That is Whitman. You clearly see that he was siding with Ruto, even when the election was free or not free. There are some issues which are not supposed to be said in public. It's the reason as to why Whitman, there's a day came out to say that in a country where politics is food and drinks, because Kenya, every day they play politics. So an ambassador of a country coming out to say that political statement, it can jitter a lot of things. So even By the Barbara Odinga came out and attacked Meg Whitman, told him off, said that he can recall for his recall. And for me, I think it is among the reasons as to why he's even resigning, because the current new administration doesn't have a good rapport with Ruto because of abductions, killings. The other day, the Secretary for State, Anthony Blinken, came out and called out Ruto. So it shows a lot of things that the new administration is no joke. Okay? So you clearly see that if a country, the Secretary of State comes out to call you, then the ambassador resigns, it shows something that the administration is not in good books, and it should wake up to fight for human rights, to fight for democracy, to fight for jurisprudence, which Ruto is not doing. Okay? So, when Meg Whitman said those statements, Raila Odinga said these statements, he has a tape.
You want to tell a rogue ambassador, leave Kenyans alone. Tell the rogue ambassador, Kenya is not United States. Kenya is not a colony of the United States. Keep your mouth shut when you hear. Otherwise, we will call for your recall back to your country. I thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
That is Raila Amolo Odinga. So the resignation of Meg Whitman, it is political, because in politics, nothing can happen by mistake. An ambassador cannot just resign because a new president has come in. I think it is Donald Trump wants to pick an ambassador in Kenya who can influence policy, who is going to fight William Ruto's government, because it has failed in each and every aspect of democracy. You know, Kenyans gave themselves a role of fighting for democracy across the globe, and that's what they want to do in Kenya. And remember, William Ruto asked to join the BRICS, and Ruto and Donald Trump has been a fighter against BRICS. It's the reason that's why he wants something which is going to come in Kenya to influence issues, to influence Kenya not to join BRICS. Okay? A few days back, Anthony Blinken also said these statements. That is Anthony Blinken, the Secretary for State. So the resignation of Meg Whitman, one, America wants an ambassador who is going to influence the nation, so that William Ruto does not join the BRICS, so that William Ruto stops abduction, so that William Ruto fights for human rights and democracy, because America has a global reach, a global effect. They have led coups, they have changed governments, and they can do everything to change William Ruto's government. That's why William Ruto is in panic. Of course, that's my opinion. Do me a comment by commenting about this. Thank you very much for listening in. If this is your first time on this YouTube channel, I employ you to subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.